It's only.
I feel like they.
Why you have to be mad?
Sorry, what was that?
Is he in Nashville? am I close geographically?
They've
The
been cooking it up.
The contracts are coming in.
No one knows what he is. He's a big orange monster
What's
with
he?
googly eyes.
He's
and
a gritty.
Okay.
little.
The Florida League.
What do you think of Owen's bracket? Do you remember it?
It's hopeful.
I think we just run with it and just, worst case scenario, we turn on when these go dead, we turn on this mic and we just plow through it because our 10 listeners are going to be okay with it.
Yeah.
And when we go option 3 and we just put out this whole thing as a fucking 2.5 hour
I'm
ramble,
not doing option 3.
I feel like it's like the nuclear option. We're going option 3.
No. Not option.
Really, what it is just a pepperoni pizza that has only half green peppers and onions because I'm working with Dean here, and that's the most compromise we can make. So my half can have veggies. But hey, we went to a new pizza place. It was behind a lot of construction. It was hard to get to. I had a weird interaction with the pizza boy, and it took us a while to get home, so we ate pizza in the car. It was a great time.
All right. Welcome to episode 34 of the Brent Loves Hockey podcast.
We've been going. We are going.
Yeah, we're in. We've got a bit of a Borked situation. As you'll notice, we've got 2 people in the same location today. Unfortunately for everyone involved, they do not have a microphone like I do. So we're working with what we've got with the AirPods, and yeah, just bear with us for this one.
Making it happen.
We tried like 5 different subpar microphones.
And this ended up being the best.
Yeah. Believe it or not, this is the product of all of our efforts. This was about 22 minutes into recording, so
wow.
Yeah, we gave it our all, but we're losing daylight here, so let's hop into it. Speaking of audio issues, the ESPN Plus horrible loop with the live sports ESPN Plus 30 for 30 library, all that nonsense is finally gone.
Best part of my day. It's gone?
It's so good. They just have peaceful music
Oh.
now.
It's such a game changer.
Live sports.
ESPN Plus Originals.
The exclusive home of the 30 for 30 library.
Yeah, there's some good stuff.
So
I had them so much.
So they finally listened to the thousands upon thousands of complaints on Twitter, and I'm sure plenty of other platforms and things like, please stop. I know multiple people, myself included, that anytime the commercial's gone, just mute it because it's unbearable, or it was. So, gosh, that was so happy to find out, and we were all pretty much rejoicing in the group chat when the news dropped. So they're listening. It only takes, well, didn't it do that last year too, or was it just this season?
I didn't use ESPN Plus last year, so I don't know.
From watching illegal streams of ESPN Plus, I feel like it's been a while.
Yeah.
That I've seen it.
It's probably been like a year or whatever of this, but it's over now, and yeah, it's definitely improved my watching experience. So we gotta
PR stunt.
Yep.
Watch 30 for 30 now. That's all I know.
Exclusive articles and tools.
Live event.
Oh goodness.
They do the voice.
Yeah, was it? I mean, a 100th of a cent per run.
It's like, so yeah, that was like part of their contract. It's like
Get $1 billion.
yeah, it's 1 cent per loop.
Yeah, please.
Oh my gosh. Sounds like a dream
What? It was a
come true.
30-second loop, right?
It was like
15 seconds, I think.
Ooh, because there's some lengthy breaks where you're just cruising through.
That's what made it so
Listen on
horrible.
repeat.
I mean, it was already bad enough,
yeah.
but then it's like, you're really gonna be looping every 15 seconds the same exact audio, the same exact video. Like, I knew every highlight that they were gonna show because it's like, oh, there's the Patrick Mahomes, there's the Mark Stone, there's like the basketball shot or whatever. It's like, oh my goodness.
The shot or whatever.
Like, could you do something like to mix it up? It just they still have the same video, but honestly, it's such a relief for the audio. I really don't care. Like, whatever, fine. So
That's really the problem. And yeah, even like the best commercials, if you play them every single ad break, they'll get old.
Oh.
But actually, after saying that, I don't know if you probably, you were watching hockey in like 2019, 2020. I know, have you seen the Walrus commercial, the Geico one?
Yes.
That they brought back. I remember when that came out, and I loved it. And it's like every commercial break, I'm like, I still love this commercial. Like, I can see
That's a
this,
good one.
every single commercial break never gets old.
oh
That's a good
well,
one.
there you go. There's an exception to most rules.
And I feel like the Dunkin' pasta in the box one.
Oh,
When he
that
goes into the
one's-
box
I
and
mean,
he goes
that
to
one's
get...
Hey, pasta, large cold brew.
Yeah, that.
better
Look at
make
this
it a
guy. This
medium.
guy
I
watches
only have
nothing.
2 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Check
You
your
guys know Ness and
voicemail.
me.
You missed some calls. and then
Oh, and
the doc
I
thing.
thought you were gonna say the bubble hockey one, where the puck stuck in the corner. He's like, "A little help, please."
Oh, that one's good too. Yeah. No, I was gonna say when like they played that one when they went into like the double box where it's like 30-second ad and then the gameplay or like the they had the camera still on the ice and Doc like comes back after it and he's like because they were they were showing Pasta going into the box during that commercial being played, so Doc's like, is anyone else confused? Like, oh my goodness, that was a great moment. Glad I got to see that one.
Or did you hear about this new Netflix documentary or show?
I did hear
basically-
about that.
And they're gonna do similar to. This is why I wanted to talk to you about this. What's it called?
Drive to Survive.
Drive to Survive. They're doing like a similar thing. They're getting like 10 to 12 like superstars.
Yeah, like Quarterback. Have you seen that? They did one for Netflix for NFL called Quarterback.
yeah.
So they did like Andrew Luck. Not Andrew Luck because he's already in the league.
Kirk
Two
Cousins.
quarterbacks basically. Kirk Cousins, that's one of them. Yeah.
So like similar
That's
idea
balls.
where they're starting the fall and doing that, and then I was going to ask you how it works. Like at least for Drive to Survive, is it like up to date, or do they do it for like a season and then releases the next year?
Yeah. So they film throughout a season, right? And they'll go every weekend. It'll probably work the same way, but it may not. And Drive to Survive, because Formula One is so like weekend after weekend event based, it's similar to like the football week goes, right? Just similar to hockey, how it's like all just sort of like season just happens. They could break it up by like weekend to weekend, episode to episode for an entire season, and then they film their entire season, cut it however they want, and then release it typically right before the next season started. So I'd imagine they film it for this 24-5 season and release it right before the 5-6 season started.
Well, I was thinking they might do something like Behind the Bee, where it's like once a month or however often, and then it's just like the last month of hockey. Because like I feel like waiting a whole year. Maybe if it's releasing in the fall though, they must already be recording. So maybe it's for this season.
You said that they're releasing in the fall, or they're starting in the fall?
I think it's releasing.
I thought
'Cause
it
it could
was,
be
I thought it was
they're-
releasing too.
Because if they're releasing in the fall, then it could be because it's for this season, right? Or it makes sense because it's right before next season starts.
So you think it's all of last season, or are they going to start
this
and then
season.
doing next? Yeah, all of this season. I mean.
Yeah.
Or are they doing next season? They're going to go like week by week.
If it's like Drive to Survive, they'd film a whole season's worth of like game worth season and also like content worth season, and then release it as a season at some
I
point.
thought we would have heard of this by now if they're doing all season though. Maybe they started like this year and are doing this in the playoffs.
Right, and it's just like finally. Oh, right. Because it could also just be playoff thing.
How do we not know who the superstars are? You feel like that would have gotten leaked.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but I
and
mean,
we don't-
they always got camera guys around them.
Yeah,
That's
it
fair.
might be tough to tell, and we don't even know which 12. It was 12 players. 10 to 12. So yeah, we don't even know
Interesting that's
who it is yet.
up in the air.
Well, also, yeah, and on Puck Soup, they went around the league as like who would be good for this because like there's lots of good players, but
Sure.
how many are good players with like personality?
Right, like
And they,
would
like-
Sid really
like-
be that good on
They
here?
like barely got to like 12. I mean, my first one was Pasternak.
I mean, I would take Connor. I think Connor would do great on this.
Yeah, McDavid,
Yeah.
Matthews.
Right, yeah,
And like, you
Matthews.
probably don't take multiple from the same team. I know, like,
I mean, you
discussed
can't
this.
tell me Brady Kachuk would be fun.
Well, they were saying Matthew Kachuk.
Both. I think both.
Yeah,
Put
you
both
pick-
Kachucks on
Well,
there.
they said this about the Hughes. Like, you only pick one Hughes brother because you'll kind of see the other ones.
Sure,
So,
sure,
like,
sure. Yeah, and I guess out of the two, they'd probably pick Matthews.
And then, like, Quinn Hughes, maybe.
Yeah. Or like a Jason Robertson. I think that would be really interesting. Like young guy, like in Texas too, as a hockey player.
Well,
That'd
then
be
you have, like,
cool to
Connor
look at.
Bedard.
Oh, of course.
So,
Like
that's your young
Bedard.
guy.
Or like maybe even like Fantilli. Or you look at like maybe Slav as your young guy. Or who was that one that went to Columbus, the defenseman? Is he even in the league yet? A really young guy.
David
Jiricek.
Jiricek?
Is he playing yet? Big league minutes? Or not yet?
He had some complaints this season about how he wasn't getting comparable ice time to fellow defensemen in his draft class that were drafted around him. I think he has played a little bit this year, but not that much. So I wouldn't probably put him at the top of the list as far as candidates,
Maybe not.
but I think yeah, it would be nice to sort of spotlight some like teams that don't get as much like national media presence, especially like in Canada. Like I'm sure, yeah, Jason Robertson would probably be a good candidate in my opinion because I think he has a good like personality from like what I've seen of him already, and he's a young, like talented, fun player to watch. So yeah, I'll be interested to see who they pick. I didn't hear any of that, Owen.
Cole Caulfield.
Sure. Yeah.
Some player on Arizona to get some behind the scenes action.
Ooh, yeah.
Clayton Keller or Logan Cooley or
Clayton
something.
Keller's dad.
Yeah. Clayton Keller's dead.
Yeah. Cool.
Well, it'll be Austin Matthews, right? Because we're talking about next year. It'll be Austin Matthews on the Coyotes.
I don't know about that, but yeah, we'll see.
Speaking of Arizona, yeah, they're going to go to Connecticut, is what I heard last. The governor said they're welcome to come to Connecticut.
That doesn't mean anything. So
Whalers 2.0.
So the latest on the Arizona situation is the Arizona State Land Development Board of Appeals has approved an application for auctioning of land in Northeast Phoenix. So the auction is set to be around mid-June, I guess. That's, obviously the target for the Coyotes and Alex Morello at this point is to win that auction so they can develop an arena district there. And actually just today some leaks, I guess you could call them, some like renderings or models of what they would plan to look like leaked in the Arizona Coyotes team app. And there were a couple other photos that surfaced too. So yeah, I guess they've got some serious plans. I mean, they didn't look like anything super official or final, but that's the current plan. And so we'll see. That's probably one of the last straws. And I did see, because the NHL GM meetings were this week. I think it was like Monday to today. Bill Daly and Bettman were sort of commenting on some of that stuff, and it was like, yeah, even if the Coyotes don't win the auction in June, like we can't necessarily pivot right away to relocation or having them play in another arena at least for next year. So it's like they're trying to stand pat with, we want like an answer really soon, but they're also like, there's not a ton that we can do if it doesn't work out. So pretty frustrating, I'm sure, for fans that just want this to be over with, like non-Arizona fans who just want the team to be moved so this saga can end. But I'm hopeful that they actually are serious about the auction and that they win, because yeah, it's been a big headache for a lot of people.
Would you rather? Because there's cities that want teams and will get teams. Would you rather there be more teams in the league, or would you rather places like Arizona lose their team?
Probably just more teams.
How many teams is too many teams? Is 40 too many teams? That's a lot of hockey teams.
I mean, over what time period? Like in 2 years or in like 25, 30 years?
At some point, like, are there that many good hockey players that we can support 40 professional hockey teams, or 38, or 36?
If the league can make more money, they're going to do it.
36 gives you 4 even 8s, right? No, 4 even 9s. I can do math.
Yeah, I actually just watched a video the other day from the hockey guy who was like sort of breaking down what it would look like to have 33 or 34 to up to like 36 or 40 teams, like, and how it would work as far as scheduling specifically, because like 34 gets a little dicey with how it'll work. There's like some other numbers like 36 and 40 work out a little bit nicer. I mean, there's still like other options, but as far as like sort of aligning with how it currently works, where you play your own division 4 times, you play the other division in your conference 3 times, and then the Eastern or the other conference twice. So there's like ways to sort of align with that. And one of them I think it was for the 34 team option, was abandoning divisions and just doing conferences, where I think you play everyone in your conference 3 times, and then you play the other conference twice, I want to say, or something like that. I'd have to rewatch it, but I thought that was kind of interesting.
How do you I like that. And then playoffs would just be top, whatever you want, 8, right, on each side. If it's 17, probably top 9 if you wanted to have more, and give first or top seed bye.
Yeah, I'd probably lean towards keeping it at 16, not expanding the playoffs. I don't know. I mean, maybe it would be kind of fun to have expanded playoffs, but like, I don't know. I think there's a lot of
to allow like a bye round for the top two, so President's Trophy means something.
I don't know.
It's even more of a curse because they'll be cold going into the second round.
Cold but not hurt.
I don't think I would like a
more of
bye.
attrition.
Like, I feel like it would make it feel too much like football, where it's like, oh, you only have to win 3 games to win the Super Bowl potentially, or like, obviously it's the same. It's not the same thing.
You have to win 12 games, which is a lot.
But like, there's something to like.
I know what you mean, though.
Having those 4 rounds, like, it's kind of been, like a sacred thing for as long as there's been 4 rounds. It's like everybody. The hardest part is getting in, and then you have to go through the whole process like any other team. I don't know. Maybe it would give more weight to the regular season, but
first seed on each side gets a bye, and then from that, then you go and play the rest of the playoffs.
Just round robin.
Everybody gets to play.
Triple elimination.
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
Goodness. No.
Starting in January.
Yeah.
82 games is too many anyway. Make it 40. Make the playoffs 4 months long.
I just want the Sens to make playoffs. And this is what we have to do for the Sens to make playoffs, is make playoffs for everybody.
Even in the bubble, you guys couldn't make the cut.
One of these days we'll make playoffs maybe. Well, probably not, but
how about that
statistically?
How about that Bruins versus Sens game last night? You guys catch that one?
What are we talking about?
He was so happy when I told him he put on that Bruins jersey. Yes, I love the Bruins.
I love the Bruins now. Let's go Bruins. That's what I've always said. Go Bruins.
See, that's what they should do for the playoffs. Is the team you beat, you get to take one player from that team, put them on your team.
Just for the playoffs, right? Or you just take them?
You get to build.
You're mine.
Yeah,
now.
like we talked about the lone players last week. Instead, you get to choose one player.
It should be the other way around. It should be if you lose, the first person out of the playoffs, first team eliminated in the playoffs gets to steal a player from a different team.
I think in NFL Street, the team you beat, you have to pick a player to draft to your team. Yeah. But for the rest of your playoff run, you get to claim one player from the team you beat.
But that makes the better teams better. We're trying to make a balanced league,
But
right?
if you beat a good team, then you should get that reward, as
Okay.
opposed to if you beat the 16 seed.
The reward
Sure.
is moving on to the next round.
With more fire.
winning the Stanley Cup. Right?
Yeah, that's also the reward. Yeah, I don't know about all of that.
I kind of want to get the number 7 position in the draft. That sounds pretty lit, actually. I don't really want a Stanley Cup or Macklin Celebrini. I want pick number 7 or 8, really, or 9, really, or probably wouldn't be 10. We're not good enough to make it 10. We're bad enough to make it 5, though.
And you guys are probably going to keep that pick this year for the Pinto tax.
I think you hold on to that as long as possible and hope the league at some point says, sorry, that was a little harsh, actually. Once some more people do it.
Yeah, I think so. That's probably going to be the strategy.
We'll do PWHL talk next. It's been kind of lit, unless you're an Ottawa fan, in which case it's been kind of rough. But we traded out Lexi Adzia, who I thought was really good and we should have kept. But
How was the trade deadline?
the trade deadline happened. We traded people. It was
on,
exciting.
Monday?
Yeah, after having maybe 16 games to get acquainted to these players and watching probably a good half of them. Yeah, I obviously didn't want to see him leave, but we're getting those other players that I like now, so it's okay.
Yeah.
I feel like this young of a
always is.
league, it's kind of hard. And also, there's so little affiliation. Obviously, the players are all very stoked to be playing and happy to be where they are, but you don't care if you're in Ottawa or Toronto or a Montreal because they don't have actual names yet.
Next year.
Selling, I feel like they keep setting records for sellout
Oh,
crowds. Like, they're just getting bigger arenas and selling them out. And then we just saw today that they sold out a Montreal game in the Bell Center.
Yeah.
It's the
21,000.
the biggest NHL arena.
Yeah, kind of crazy.
And
Because they go ahead.
I was just going to say that's an April game, too. It's not like that one's, coming up very soon, either. It's, I think it's, a month away.
Yeah.
Hour.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so that's big.
I mean, there's some novelty to it, but also having to the Habs sell out that barn. I mean, or any other act going in there sell out that barn. It's hard. That's 21,000 is a lot of butts to put in seats.
Yeah, definitely.
And having just sold out one in Scotiabank, right? So as much as it's the first season and people are still trying to see it, there's still clearly a lot of people that want to go see it. And I've been waiting for this. I don't know if you guys saw as well, not hockey related, but in Kansas City, the first ever women's specific purpose built sports arena was built for their NWSL team, the women's soccer league in the States. And they had the first game there at their built for a women's sports park, which was pretty neat. Cool. There was a big hubbub. It was sold out, obviously, for the opening of the stadium. But it was neat. It looked like all the ones in maybe not Premier League, but the next level down in England, right, where it's these smaller, more intimate locations that the thing is built for a smaller crowd, so it feels better to have 3,000 people in, 3,000 people in Chio versus 3,000 people in the CTC, right, is a much different vibe.
Yeah.
So it's neat to be able to do that, purpose built and also filled to capacity experience. It was neat and cool to see it in the PWHL as well. You probably won't consistently sell out 21,000 seat games, but if they can consistently sell 15,000 seats, that's right on there with most middling NHL teams, right?
Yeah, that's great.
New PWHL Winter Classic.
That would be so cool. Oh my god, that would be so cool. Oh,
Sell out football arenas.
You know they've already thought about it, right? They can't have not have thought of it for next season.
Well, they could also do it the same day as the Winter Classic, and they
and just tag on, yeah. Oh, that'd be sick. Yeah, in Chicago or wherever it's gonna be this year, because it's always in fucking Chicago. Ugh.
Wrigley Field.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hawks jersey.
Yeah.
Right,
You'd be
right.
allowed in here.
Yeah, gross. crazy.
Even worse.
I date a Pens fan. I would not date a Habs fan.
Mm.
Sounds like a stretch. I'm definitely not a Leafs fan. You can be a casual Leafs enjoyer, perhaps, but you cannot be a fanatic of the Leafs nation.
Yeah.
Not for me.
No surprise there. I'm sure Dean feels probably the same way.
Girlies, stay away. I gotta keep them away with a stick at these points.
Yeah,
you know, they just crawl all over me.
I'm sure there's tons of Leafs fans in Montana.
Oh, yeah, dude. Done.
Well, hopefully you do your best.
Yeah. The e-bug situation.
We're getting rid of e-bugs, but making it so that it's you get paid.
Well, nothing's official yet. They've just been talking about potential options. It sounds like they don't have anything fully fledged out yet, but they might be looking into either like professionalizing them, like having them like have teams allowed to carry 3 goalies. This is all part of the GM meetings from this past week. Some other talks about some rule changes and things. So there's definitely been some talk about some other topics like carrying the e-bug, or because it's been brought up like in years past about if it should be eradicated or changed or anything, and like nothing's happened since it's been introduced. So we'll see if there's any headway this time around, or if the league feels like it needs to step in and make some changes. A lot of teams do carry 3 goalies, like at least in the playoffs, and have like 3 NHL caliber goalies on their roster. Maybe the third one's like not anybody super special, obviously, but so we'll see what happens with that. We won't really get in answers until earliest would be this summer, and maybe even beyond that, because I know they mentioned the CBA being still active, so some things will have to wait until the new bargaining agreement, or maybe they have to discuss with the Players Association too. So we'll see on that. And there were a couple of proposed rule changes too. One of them, which they said was supposed to be effective now.
Yeah, I was joking about this last night.
The legs over the bench.
Yeah, basically they said that players that are about to like line change can't be like part way over the bench, like straddling the bench or having a skate over the bench essentially, because apparently it's immediate because some ref got cut by a skate
in a Winnipeg game. Right?
Yeah. I was watching a Bruins game last night, and I took a video and sent it to you guys. Like one of the Senators players, cheaters, had to skate over the boards before line change. I'm like, I guess it's not immediate, but
yeah,
I'm gonna keep an eye on it because I'm curious.
As a Bruins fan, I was also really mad when I saw that happen. That dirty Senators player was trying to cut that referee.
Yeah.
Yuck.
Yuck. Disgusting. Yeah, I don't like him at all.
Yeah.
I don't even remember. Bruins fan for life.
Definitely. So I didn't even.
Awesome.
Apparently, this rule is like already sort of in the rule book, the one about having your legs over the boards, or maybe it's like a less severe version. So I don't know. I guess we'll see if it starts getting enforced this season, or if it'll be more of a focus come next year. But yeah. A couple of.
They were able to like say immediate because it wasn't a rule change. It's just, hey, start enforcing this thing.
Right.
I mean, it's happened like during off seasons. Like you come back and they're like, all right, the refs are going to start actually enforcing slashing more or whatever.
Right.
And like
we've changed how we read this part of this rule book or whatever. Yeah.
There's always a new hot button interpretation for existing rule or something like that. So yeah, that could be a couple other ones. So. I'm sure Dean is against this. A couple new coaches challenges, like penalties that you can challenge, being puck over the glass and a friendly fire stick to the face sort of thing. So both of those, it sounds like, will be proposed. Like you could potentially challenge those, and then if it doesn't go your way, then you'd be on a 5-on-3 if you're the one who caused the penalty, because it would be for if you think it was tipped out of play, and then if it was in fact not tipped and a delay of game, then you get the delay of game penalty and a penalty for missing the coach's challenge.
You think that it wasn't actually a penalty. If you get it right, it goes away. If you get it wrong, you get 2.
I mean,
Makes sense.
you do know I don't want like more challenges to be a thing,
Yeah.
but at least if you're making it where like if you're wrong, you go on a 5-on-3.
Yeah.
I mean,
right. Big
there was
punishment.
also the thing with the original penalty. Well, first offside challenge, there was no penalty, right? Like originally, there was no.
Oh, for
negative.
getting it wrong.
Yeah, you got 1 per game, and it was like, this is dumb. Like, no way, it's not like that. The law of unintended consequences, like it seems like that one should have been seen, but
Yeah.
like, all right, we'll make it a penalty, and it still is like it seems like people go for it more than you would expect. But I think a 5-on-3 would be enough to deter you unless you're pretty sure.
Right, because this is, I think, a pretty specific instance where, like, you get high stake by your own guy, and they're like, I guess I don't know, you high stick, they high stick their own guy, and you're like, they high stick their own guy, it wasn't us. And if you're wrong and it was you, you get 2, I guess.
Yeah, basically.
But if you're
You
right
get
and it
called for
was
high
them,
sticking.
yeah.
It was like their own stick.
And if you go to lift it up and out and you think it touched before it went out and it didn't, they say it. The refs say it didn't got it. So that one makes more sense. It's more clear.
I think delay of game just needs to be a. Well, I don't know. I was gonna say subjective. Like every other call is like referee's discretion. Why does this one have to be like black and white? Like,
but it should be black and white. Did the puck touch anything before it went out of the playing surface?
But like, I don't know. Other penalties are based on intent, right? Some of them.
But I think it's more of a penalty along the side of like icing than it is along the side of slashing.
Yeah, and they have talked about like changing it to, instead of being a 2-minute minor, you just change it to an icing. So
A penalty.
It's a dumb penalty.
that
Origin, where like people just need a line change, we're flicking it over the boards. And, like,
But yeah, then I guess I don't know why it wouldn't just be the same as an icing, because it's the same as like the penalty is like, oh, you're trying to just like get rid of the puck so you can change.
I guess the
don't
argument
change.
would be it's easier
You still
to
get a
clear the
break.
puck over the glass than clear it icing. Like
Sure,
it's less
so
likely
people
to
just
get,
whip it up and
it's
out.
less likely to get blocked by like a forecheck.
Gotcha. So there's no incentive to throw it down the middle of the ice at all, and just like rim it up and out regardless.
yeah.
I don't know.
Maybe it should be a 10-minute game misconduct if you do that,
Oh wow.
and they should get rid of all the nets as well, so that if you draw blood in a fan, you're out.
Oh my
Sorry.
god.
So if we're gonna rim it out, it better be gentle.
There was
Also, don't look or hit the
another
bar.
one that I saw. I can't seem to find it again. It was like, if you, I think it was something along the lines of, if you, the offending team on a face-off, loses the draw, or has an infraction, then it would like change the area of the face-off or something like that. Like, I have to find it again because it was kind of interesting. It was like it depending on who like causes a face-off infraction, it could potentially move to like a different zone. Like if you're in the O zone, it could go to the neutral zone, or I think I might be mixing up two
Like if
different
you
things
fuck it
that I
up?
saw.
If you fuck it up, they have to move the whole kit and caboodle over to a different spot, because that feels a little crazy.
Maybe I'm mixing it up with another thing that I saw. I gotta do some research, because now now I'm all crossed. I don't remember where I saw it though. Maybe I saw it on Daily Faceoff. Anyways.
From that awesome Adirondack Thunder game you went to.
Yeah. So this was actually, I could have mentioned this in last week's episode and I just forgot to, because we were so jam packed with other stuff going on. But yeah, I sent you guys some pictures of it there. It was pretty cool. It was like a sold out crowd. It was for like law enforcement appreciation night or something. Yeah. So I wasn't really there for that. I just wanted to see a good hockey game. And I lucked out there. Bree was able to get some of the last tickets in, like, for the whole venue, and they were actually pretty decent. They were like 3 rows back from the glass and pretty much on center ice. We were like right near the penalty box, which was pretty fun. So that was cool. It was me, Bree, and one of my coworkers who he said he hadn't really been to a professional hockey game before. He'd been to like maybe a couple college games, so it was pretty cool. Like he picked a pretty good game to go to. There was pretty back and forth, and the Thunder were kind of dominating the play in the first, but they let in the first goal after only having like let 4 shots on goal or something like that from the other Maine, the Mariners. So and they had just played them the previous night and lost 7-0 to them in Maine. So it was like, okay, wow, these guys really gotta step it up. So it was a pretty scrappy game. They ended up tying it up late on a 6-on-4, which was kind of controversial because the goaltender for Maine thought he got like pushed into, so he couldn't make the play. But the refs reviewed it and said it was a good goal, and then the Thunder ended up winning 4-3 in overtime. So yeah, it was fun. There was like almost a fight, but the guy immediately fell on top of the other guy, so they immediately broke it up. But yeah, it was pretty. There's definitely some rough stuff. Lots of penalties. The crowd was like really into it. The energy in there was honestly pretty crazy. It was I'm sure it's been a while since the Thunder have been this good. So I think they were 4th in the league in standings at the time, and they are probably still around there now. So yeah, it's looking pretty good for making playoffs, and we'll see about catching a game there.
He just looked up. He wanted to look up stuff about the Canes versus the Devils, and he typed in Hurricanes, New Jersey.
The New Jersey. Hurricane. The first day coming up, Hurricane Sandy from 2010.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. The Hurricanes. I also thought that it was the Devils, and now the other thing that I'm looking at is now showing him games between the Devils and the Canes. I did like the new Canes jersey though, the C with the little hurricane flags on the side of it. It sold really, really well. It immediately.
It sold out in less than an hour. And these are not jerseys that are going to be worn on ice. They are essentially practice jerseys. Like you can even tell, like they have the Adidas logo on the front, just like the practice jerseys. They do have the Stormy patch on the shoulders, which I know a lot of people were like saying, I wish that was the crest instead, rather than that C that they used. So yeah, they were $350 each. They were like made in Canada jerseys because they're like basically practice jerseys, but I just thought that was a pretty steep price. I actually had a comment about it on the hockey jersey subreddit, basically saying that, and yeah, everyone was pretty much in agreement that $350 for a jersey that the team's never gonna actually wear in a game is a lot. I think you can get it customized. I don't know.
Better have a name on the back.
I think it was just for the blanks, but I'm not sure.
On the back of a jersey for one day, Wayne Simmons, and that jersey is orange and black.
Yes, he signs a 1-day contract to retire as a Philadelphia Flyer. So I mean, yeah, his career had been winding down for the past couple of years. He wasn't even on an NHL team this year, I don't think. Maybe he was playing with the Marlies still. I don't know. But yeah, one of the the last big enforcers from like the 2000s, 2010s era. There's a couple left, but yeah, he was. I think he probably was most well known for his time with the Flyers. So not too surprised.
For me.
What was that, Owen?
I remember him as a Leaf as well.
Yeah. I didn't hear the first team, but I'm just gonna go with it. Oh my god! Every time you say it, I can't. I can't hear it.
He remembers him as a Flyer and a Leaf as well.
Oh, Flyer! Oh my god! We already said Flyer. Oh, and I thought you were saying some other team.
And the Leafs originally, but anyway, it made sense at the time.
Yeah. Bear with us, folks. We're trying our best.
Hard.
See, I'm sure Dean and Owen said something very funny there.
Oh god.
We're so funny. Yes, Brendan just can't tell. That's okay.
That's okay. Speaking of doing okay, we've got the Clarkson Women's hockey team playing this Friday in New Hampshire. They've moved on to the Frozen Four after a pretty epic 4 overtime win against who was it? Michigan? Oh no, I can't remember.
Yale, Corning. No, not Corning. Cornell.
Corning. I don't think it was. I don't think it was an ECAC team.
Also, you said this Friday, but that's when no one releasing this.
2 Fridays ago.
Yeah, I guess it'll already have come out. The games will already have been played. So.
Team won the national championship.
Woo! Yeah.
I hope.
Yeah.
Maybe.
That would be ideal.
On that guy, I don't think that guy was that bad. He wasn't my favorite, but I don't think the mascot. He wasn't that bad.
It's modernized.
It's modernized. It's okay.
Yeah. I was complaining today.
Well,
not
it was
complaining.
Minnesota quadruple overtime. Minnesota.
Okay. Yeah. Not Michigan.
Yeah, and then the next game is next Friday against Ohio State.
So we're looking forward to that. I don't know. Do you guys know when the men's season ends, or I don't know if it's already ended or?
I imagine the boys' team is probably done, and they probably didn't win anything.
Yeah,
not as good as that girls' team.
They probably. I thought they were doing okay this year, but not as good as the women.
March Madness brackets.
Yeah.
I just completed mine today.
Who do you have winning yours, Brendan?
Mum's the word.
Oh, come on.
Nah, I'm just kidding. Iowa State is who I went with.
Purdue.
That's not a bad choice from what I've heard. I really don't follow college basketball though, so yeah. I'm not really expecting to do very well. I did join Gifford's league, so we'll see if I make it at least respectable.
Clarkson men's team lost on March 9th to RPI 3-2 in the ECAC.
The game since.
Which records are done.
Damn.
I know.
Championship is April 13th. First round of March 26th.
So
that's like
week.
after divisional play, I guess.
Makes sense.
That's like the top 16.
Football.
Forget. I think it's an amateur team. The AHL or ECHL, I don't know. The goalie's stick got caught in the netting.
Yes.
Oh, that was the Barracuda game.
You ever done this before? Yeah. God doesn't know how to capture.
The puzzle piece.
Oh yeah. You're watching the TikTok of the.
Yeah, Yeah, I also saw a video from one, like the fans behind the.
Yes,
Like,
they're like pointing
Yeah,
at it.
they're like, it's up there. They're like trying to tap on the glass to, to get his attention.
Yeah, so he ended up like getting it down with his stick.
That's crazy.
I thought like one of the players, like one of the defensemen for the Barracuda, like was smacking the glass in order to get it dislodged from the net.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he got it.
Yeah, that was a fun little one. I've never seen like a goal stick go nearly that high in the air. Like sometimes you'll see like a player's stick get whacked out, and it's like it's like a 5 seconds of hang time before it actually lands. But
Just flipping around.
Or it ends in the crowd.
Right.
yeah, also I feel like it's been a while since I've seen a stick go into the crowd, but.
If you keep those, which is sad.
Yeah,
a bummer.
that's
We should
too bad.
definitely
I
go
mean,
with
I would just leave. If it was
Yeah.
like halfway through the game, I'd be like, I'm out. I'm keeping the stick.
I think
I agree with Tavin in this
security's
game.
probably like, hold up there.
Oh, where'd
sir."
you get that?
Yeah. A player gave it to me in warm-ups, so
Like when Jack Hughes did his like fucking throw it off the ice, Sally, did that guy get to keep it?
Wait, but there's like
Doubt
the 3-star of the game.
You can do those.
But they're like fake, not fake sticks, but they're not.
Well,
like,
commemorative.
hockey.
Yeah. I wonder why you can't give him the real hockey sticks. But I feel like then after the game, players will come out and like hand them up the alleyway.
yeah, they do that. I don't really know what the difference is.
do.
Yeah, Owen.
Oh, they said it.
I don't really know what the difference is. Like, I don't know. Because the player didn't consent to you getting the stick. Like, oh, I was still using that. I don't know.
I wanted it back, please. I wasn't done yet. But like if the puck goes out of play, you don't have to give that back. You don't have to chuck that back on the ice.
It's not as valuable.
I think in the 90s or whatever, when they first did the puck tracking on like Fox with like the tail, like track, like whatever, the glow pucks or whatever, they made each puck cost like $15 or something. So if they went over, they made the fans give them back. I'm pretty sure.
Please.
Which I think is hilarious.
That
That's
was pretty
funny.
funny. That means we have a trivia or something that me and Dean can do head to head against each other right here live in person, so we don't need to ding. We can just like, I guess we could ding, but we could just like.
Well, he won't know who said it first. We both keep yelling to the microphone.
We're yelling into the same mic. That's fair.
Hey, I got the answer.
I don't know. I just feel like something could work better. Both being in person.
Yeah, I can try to whip up like a face-off, like is what that game does. I'll have to think of a category or two, though. I didn't have anything prepared, but I do think this is a good opportunity. We haven't played a game in like weeks. It's been a while.
Oh,
just because we're so into the regular season at this point. Like during the off season, like we were trying to find as much filler time as we could, but we actually
things to do.
We have some stuff to talk about. But yeah, let me see if I can work my magic here.
I'd talk to
Trying to think of the ones that I've already done. So my idea was just going back and forth naming a goalie that's played this season, at least one game.
A goalie that's played this season.
See how far you guys can go before you forget one or don't have anything.
I feel like my problem is going to be I'm going to come back to the same goalies we've already said.
Well, that's...
And I don't want to lose on that.
Yeah, well...
That feels lame.
You better pay
Can
attention,
we have it written
then.
down in some... Can we write them down?
No, I ask that every time, and I'm like, that's part of the game.
Oh, okay. Goalies this season. We've had like 1,000 just on the send, so I'll be fine. Okay.
I'll just I'll try my best to write them down so I know if you guys messed up. I should be able to remember, but and then it'll just be whoever's like we won't keep points.
You're the guest. You can go first.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Jeremy Swayman. I love the Bruins.
Linus Olmark. I love the Bruins.
Damn it. Those are the only two Bruins goalies I know that have played this year, and I think the only two that have. Okay. I
think so.
guess we'll start knocking out ones I also know. Jonas Corposalo.
Very good.
I'm also gonna try to like give a second in between before I yell out, so you can like hear better. We're gonna go with Sergei Bobrovsky.
Officer Bob. And then Forsberg.
An expected answer.
Buck.
I didn't get that one.
Kelly Buck. What he said.
Oh, okay.
I'll go with Mads Sogard.
Wow. Okay. How many games has he even got into this season? At least one, I hope. Do you even know for sure? Like the game might have just
very positive.
The game might have just ended.
No, Sogard has played a game. Because our goalies get so hurt, we always play our third goalie.
Yeah, that's true.
We never get away with not at least playing 3 in a season.
You guys played, what, like 5 or 6 goalies last year? I know Dylan Ferguson got into at least a game last year with you guys, I think.
And Levy and Forsberg and Talbot. Yeah.
Yeah. I kept misspelling his name, so that's why I was not getting anything. But yes, he's played 6 games this season for the Ottawa Senators.
Okay, thank you.
Igor Shesterkin.
Okay. Ilya Sorokin.
The natural combo there.
Yeah, they're a pair. You got to put them together.
Yeah.
We're gonna go with Semyon Varlamov.
Oh, another Russian. Okay, I'll go another Russian. Alexander Georgiev.
I'll go with another Russian, Andrei Vasilevsky.
Ah, shitter. I think I might be out of Russian.
I don't think Georgiev is Russian.
Wait, no,
I think you're right.
He's Bulgarian.
Yeah.
Okay, my bad. My bad. Bulgarian.
That was just an opportunity to teach you something. I wasn't trying to penalize
to enlighten. Yes. To enlighten the BLHP podcast, the double P listeners, watchers. He's Bulgarian. I'll go with Cam Talbot.
Fair. Yeah, that's good.
I am gonna go with Uka.
Ooh,
Pekka Luukkonen.
But can you spell it? Probably not.
Well, just the last name.
Just the last
only
name.
Luukkonen.
That's all you need to know to spell. I'll go Jonathan Quick.
The Rangers standing.
And doing really well.
Aiden Hill.
Ooh, he's playing hockey.
Shout outs.
That guy. Patcher Demko. Rest in peace, his leg.
Yeah, what happened?
He got hurt.
What was that? Like a knee thing or something?
4 weeks is what I saw.
Yeah.
Oh.
Good for Vegas, I guess.
Good for Vegas, I guess.
But Vancouver seems to keep winning anyways, so.
Well, yeah. I don't know who their backup is, though.
I do.
Yeah.
We'll go with Jake Ottinger.
Oh, yep.
Otter.
Yep. Otter. I'll go with, what's his name? I can't think of it now. The guy, the freaking Markstrom, Jacob.
Oh, that
Markstrom.
was close. Oh, I don't know.
Hey, close on what time? You're not giving me a countdown or nothing. I pulled it out.
I had the same thing happen where I lost the name and just keep back.
Oh, damn. Okay.
The living legend, Martin Jones.
Oh, wow, that guy. He's Martin.
The other guy I can't think of that like.
I got one. Oh no, I had it. Oh shit.
Yeah. See, I'm at this point like I know who.
And I'm trying to like hold conversation too. Yeah. Alex Lyon.
Oh, there you go.
Alex Lyon.
Okay.
Oh, I just got 2 more in my head. Let's go, baby. Let's go.
Yeah, you gotta be prepped. This is rapid fire. Not that rapid. Oh,
I'm trying to think of what's his face that went down to the AHL and then still sucked, and I'm blanking on his name.
Oh,
Was there enough
There's starters we still haven't mentioned.
There was plenty of starters.
There's one that just came back
There's,
for a team whose jersey we talked about.
Franco.
Oh, what? Okay.
has he gotten into any games this year?
I don't think so. I don't think
I
so.
think so, but he has been injured.
On what team?
Let's see. Oh no. Pavel Francouz has not recorded any NHL games this season.
3 locked and loaded. We got Freddie Anderson.
Yeah.
You got Joseph Wall. Ilya Samsonov.
And then what was
Loves
who was
his
I
Leafs.
thinking of?
Who was the guy that
Leafs popped in the brain.
Who was the guy that Dean was thinking of?
And they sent him down.
Oh, Campbell.
You talking about
Campbell,
Jack Campbell? Yeah.
Jack Campbell. I'll former
Yeah.
Leaf.
Yeah, I couldn't think of either of the Montreal goalies.
Montembeau.
Oh, Sam.
Montembeau and
I'm not good under pressure.
and Primo,
Oh yeah, Caden.
and they
It's more like I
traded
thought
Jake
like-
Allen.
Like I'm going through the teams, but then I like can't think of the team.
Right,
Like
right.
the team, like Montreal doesn't come to my head.
Yeah.
Like why would I ever think of Montreal?
Oh,
Yeah.
Stinky.
I've got Thompson in the background also, which was not
Oh
utilized.
yeah. Oh, I couldn't think of which, other than Aiden Hill, I didn't know which Knights goalies have actually played this year or didn't play. Like between Lehner and Thompson and
Leonard hasn't
Remrau.
played
It's
in
just-
years, so I would not
Okay.
consider.
My head was just full of like retired goalies. I was like, oh, Ben Bishop, Carey
Yeah.
Price.
Yeah, yeah.
Who was the other one I was just thinking of?
Holtby.
Brent Holtby was the one I was thinking of.
Oh my
Brent
goodness.
Holtby,
Nope.
Hudobin.
Yeah.
What about Spencer Knight? Has he played this year? He was on my mind, but I was nervous to guess him because I thought he had been in
He was
the
in the
player
Players Assistance Program.
I think it was all
think he
year, but I
played
don't
some.
think he got some games in.
Did Levi play? He played earlier,
Oh,
right?
Devin Levi did play.
He was
he-
in my head when I said Lukanen. I also had Levi, and I just
Yeah,
I
Levi
lost
played.
him.
No
Or
Spencer
like who's
Knight
been
this
goalie
season.
in Columbus? Spencer Knight, not this season. Like who's been playing in Columbus? Or who's been
Merzlikins,
playing in
Tarasov.
Bennington? Did you say Bennington?
No.
I didn't say
You
Bennington.
guys didn't say Fleury either.
Or did you say or either of the Kraken goalies or Gustafson?
Or that good young guy in Arizona.
Famelka
Lucas Dostal. An Carol Vamelka.
or
Wow.
Prosvetov,
Sounds like we didn't name most of them.
Or yeah, I mean, like Gibson.
I named enough to win.
Test taker.
I normally lose. I'll take that. That's a big dub.
I was
GG.
Francouz was
GG.
definitely a surprise. I'll say that.
Was not going to think of Pavel Francouz.
There was one that I was trying to think of that like he had played like a few years back and like came back for a couple of games. Pickard is who I was thinking because he hadn't played in years and he's been playing with Edmonton since Jack Campbell's been in Bakersfield. Which I don't. Did you guys see like that stinker he gave up on the penalty shot? Hey.
The one that just like trickled by him.
It he
Eddie,
like
no.
saved it, but then it popped up and then went behind him, and he like didn't back all the way up to the net, so it just like trickled in. Like, oh my gosh. He seems like a nice enough dude. So like you gotta feel for him a little bit.
Way better.
Yeah, that's tough. All right, you can get out now.
Bye, Eddie.
He's like, you're
And
not.
goodbye, podcast listener.
He's like, you're not paying attention to me.
Yeah, Eddie isn't getting all the love at the moment.
Well, we could do one more if you guys want. I just have to think of it.
Off topic.
All right, I thought I had one. Hold on. I could give one between you two. That kind of defeats the whole purpose of this.
You can give a topic to Brandon though.
I could give a topic to Brendan. But if I come up with it, then it's biased.
Could be.
Bruins, players to play for the Bruins. And...
Players that played for the Bruins and the Sens.
Mm.
I don't know how many I'll get.
I don't know.
Chara.
That
Yeah. And whoever's on the side of the train.
Sedition.
Finish it, dude.
it would also be tough for me to get that like a readily available
Yeah.
list for that. What
Third
about
round draft.
players that have scored a hat trick this season?
Oh God, I have no clue.
Yeah,
I'm
well, I
gonna
mean,
be
none of the
guessing-
Senators have
yeah.
scored any this year, so.
Right.
Well, I have one in my back pocket I know Owen won't get. So
Well, I have one in my front pocket that Dean just saw last night.
that'll be my first one.
That was gonna be my first one.
Let's do it.
Okay, Pasternak.
Oh, so we're hold on, one moment, please. I have to get this.
The confirmation list.
I have two that I know for sure.
This is the only one I know for sure is David Pasternak. This might be
But-
very short.
But I'm trying to save the other one I know because I know you don't know. You will never get it.
I mean, I'm just gonna start taking stabs at players that score lots of goals.
But
after
I'm
this.
debating how much stabbing I do before I get
Before
to
you go for ones that you know, I mean, I say get the ones you know out of the way. If I'm not going to get them, you might as well get them.
No, because I want to.
Because you think you could also get Connor McDavid? Because we both think Connor McDavid got one, but we don't know. But probably. Same with Austin Matthews. I don't know, but probably he scored a hat trick, right?
Yeah.
I don't know.
All right, so are you ready, Brendan?
Okay, are you ready, Brendan?
I
ready?
have a list, but it's not. It doesn't have it by like just how many players. It just has each hat trick. So I have 98 hat tricks that have
Control
been
F.
scored this season, but that's including repeat customers.
Then you can
I'm just-
figure it out.
Yeah.
Pasternak.
Yeah. So Pasternak is definitely a yes.
Well, Austin Matthews has had a few.
Yeah.
I know that one. I know for sure. It's not even a guess. Like, I know.
Yep.
But you are.
That is my guess. But
Yes,
I'm
yes,
confident.
Okay. I'll go Connor McDavid.
Let's see.
I mean, I honestly don't know, but like, he's been doing a lot. I guess the other one, assisting.
Yeah, lots of those. I haven't seen his name on here at all.
Yep. I mean, I would. Why don't you just control that for Connor?
Well, I could do that. There actually is another Connor that has scored a hat trick this year, but I'm pretty sure that's the end. Yep, that's the end.
Has Kucherov done it?
Yeah.
You guess him, but
I'm pretty
Gonna do 3 strikes.
no.
Okay.
3 strikes.
I want to take the win.
Damn.
How about 1 strike?
1 strike. Cool.
The one strike system.
So you got your strike.
And
It's
then
my turn. I'm
just-
gonna go with Kucherov.
Damn it. Fuck you, Dean.
Back to you, Owen.
Okay. You know what? I believe Connor Bedard did it. I bet. I don't know, dude. You said another Connor.
No, I'm sorry.
Ooh.
That's the end again.
Connor Clifton. No.
No, Connor. Kyle Connor.
Yeah, Kyle Connor.
Connor Sheary. Connor Timmins.
Well,
I'll
Connor.
just say the one that was in my back pocket was Danton Heinen.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
I thought you were going to say Morgan Geeky, but yeah, Danton Heinen was also recent. So Kyle Connor did score a hat trick, but that wasn't the Connor that I was actually referencing.
Connor McDavid. Neither of them scored a hat trick. And you stole Cooch from me.
I don't think you guys will get this one.
Oh, Connor McMichael.
I don't think...
In the group chat just the other day.
Did he? I'm not seeing that one, but... Logan O'Connor.
Where? O'Connor.
So what Connor scored?
It is Connor Dewar,
Yeah,
who was on the Wild and then got traded to the Leafs at the deadline. Yeah, there were certainly
Patrick
a lot of
Watch.
other good candidates, and then some strange ones. Ryan Hartman, certainly an unlikely candidate.
Oh. You sent that one in March 9th. Colin Blackwell.
Yep, Colin Blackwell.
Connor McDavid led me down.
He really did.
Did McDavid? Did Dry get one?
I think so. I don't know how this is. This just listed by? Yeah, it's listed chronologically. Can I?
That makes sense.
By player. Oh, I can sort alphabetically. I don't really want to do that.
Gonna be a lot of editing on this pod. When's that gonna happen?
I'm telling you, option 3. We keep it all. We post it. The people love it, and we never go back. Called open form podcasting.
It's called.
You're really having a
lazy.
conversation with the listener. Yeah, Jackson Pollock is lazy too, but he still makes millions of dollars on his art. So
We're not making millions of dollars.
no.
We're not making any dollars.
Wait. Am I the only one making money off this? You guys haven't gotten deals yet?
Deals, yeah.
I'm sponsored.
Somebody reaches out to Owen. Hey, we saw you have guest appeared on a handful of this podcast.
Hey, next time you're on the pod, can you give a shout out to our product? Hey, from in Colorado, come get some mediocre pie.
He didn't say anything. We're not giving anything away for free.
The pie wasn't that good. It was okay. They followed the instructions.
That's all you.
That's
need.
all you can hope. All right, thanks for watching the Bread Loves Owen and Dean podcast. It's been a happy hockey with you. Nice to hockey days.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Wait, sorry. Wait, why am I hearing it twice now? Oh.
Am I in both calls still?